green black. This is a fatty green black deck. We've got Druid of the Cowls, and we're trying Elvish Rejuvenator again, even though it got me last time. We got a bunch of 6s up here. So I'm not playing any 6-mana Vraska. I'm leaning more on Vivien, because the deck building request for this deck that someone submitted was they wanted at least 2 Demon Lords. Now I've got a full 3 up in here because I want to draw this big boy and see how many cards you can draw on average. Also, just like a 6/6 flying trampler is like real good, right? So the CMC, this is, yeah, it's the combined. So this counts as 8. So if we hit this, we get to keep drawing. So let's dive in and see how this goes. Demonlord, sure. Ooh, this is starting to run kind of slow. I might need to kick this after the match and restart it. Get that sweet memory leak. He's got so much text on him that trample's kind of hidden. Like the bonus line. It's like Militia Bugler. I always forget that that card has Vigilance because there's just so much text on it. Why no Land War? So Land War is a little bit worse in combat. This deck also isn't really ramping into 3. And I like that the 2-mana Dork doesn't die when you Finality and put counters on it. Woot Noob, thank you very much for the brand new Prime support. I know there's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch right now. Thanks for supporting mine this month with that. Sure. They're gonna play like a basic mountain and we're gonna like crap our pants, but this hand's like really good in a Mopey Midrange mirror. Yeah, World Breaker has reach. Surprise. Reach is definitely the surprise line of text on World Breaker. That is a very good draw if it finds a land. If it doesn't find a land, we'll just have to weep silently, but if it finds a land, it's very good. Yeah, Carnage T. Come on, Rejuvenator, don't let me down. I mean, syncopated? Might be getting syncopated. Llanowar Elves isn't only good when you're ramping to 3, but it's much better when you're ramping to 3. And when you're ramping to things that are higher than 3, the stat line of having a 1/3 mana creature becomes more appealing. Chain Whirler's not super relevant anymore. It's actually not dying to shock is more relevant than not dying to Chain Whirler. I just assume every big demon has Flample. Alright, Vivien. I have no idea. Comes into play tap. Yeah, if you paid life, it would still come into play tap there. They did have the syncopate. Okay.
Do better than that.
Yeah, Emrakul not having Flample feels like a flavor fail. So, I think I'm gonna bin Chups here rather than the Contempt, because I'd like to exile this. Because they usually play, these Grixis decks tend to play Eldritch Reborn. So I'd rather they not be able to get this back. Played Modern Sediments with Elves and went 8-1-3 over the course of the event. The deck is fun and feels powerful. Sweet. Yeah, I think I'm pretty confident that I'm playing Elves at the Invitational for the Modern portion in December. Yeah, if they don't have, and if they have Eldritch Reborn here, that means they're gonna tap out, and then I'll get to untap and slam Demonlord. So this is a pretty good sequence for us. So do they have a 6th land? If they have land 6 and 7, we could be in a little bit of trouble here. I'll never understand why people feel the need to come into a Twitch channel and complain about the content that they're getting for free on that channel. Like, there's a lot of other people streaming a lot of stuff on Twitch. You could just like go play somewhere else. Is this good? What do we think? Was the draw 4 demon good? How do we feel about that one? That felt okay. That felt okay. You can find my current preferred elves list along with a full primer and videos on playing the deck on my website. Click Modern Decks at the top and search for elves in the search bar, or look in the proven section. He drew another demon. Like Demonlordception seems really good too. Just like Demonlord draw another Demonlord. That was very, yeah, the Muldrifter ain't got nothing on us, ladies and gentlemen. Squadron demons, yep. All right, how about we just like smash for 13 here? Is that okay? How does that make you feel, opponent? Huh. How do we feel about Find Finality here? The CMC of Find Finality is 8 when it's in your deck. And now I'm here. What's going on, Unknown Darkness? I think I just find, actually. I'm gonna find and pick Chups up. Chupacabra! Who doesn't love a little Chupacabra, chat? Have you seen Jeskai Midrange? I've not played it. I've not seen it, Danon. I think I have Jeskai Angels in my deck queue at some point, but I'm not sure if that differs from Jeskai Midrange. Big Chupe. And they're at 2 here, right? So, like, they need to, like, beat this Chups, and they need to figure out how to beat the board somehow. Yeah, fine. This card is very good. This card is a big part of the reason green-black is so strong right now. This is them looking at my graveyard and realizing there's only an Elvish Rejuvenator in there. Remember that time flipped Nick wasn't good enough? Okay, Gorks, perfect. You got him. He's dead. I got my wooden sword. Thank you for the 6-month tier 2 resub, Captain Magar. Remember, my tier 2 subs support me a little extra, so if you're a deck in the queue you'd like to see a little bit sooner, feel free to drop me a line and let me know. I'd be happy to bump that up. Tier 2 subs get to bump a deck in the queue by 10 points every month when they renew. Welcome back. You have a YouTube up with the latest pirates list. Yeah, it should be on my website. Harpooner's probably good here, right? Kills Nick. Trophy's probably fine too. I guess bringing in these in lowers my curve, which could be a little bit concerning. Makes Demonlord a little bit worse. Midnight Reaper's probably good against Grixis deck as well. Yes, definitely, Captain Magar. I will write that down. I mean, it's like a Doomblade that you can get off Demonlord, right? I went searching for things that cost 4 or more mana that looked hot, and I ended up with one of these. Yeah, I guess that's fair. We probably don't need Harpooner. Do I want Duress in my deck? Actually, no. I guess Chups gets gotten by Demonlord, which makes it better. Maybe I just cut all these Thorn Lieutenants. They're just like this mopey 2/3. Yeah, I'm gonna do this. I don't know. It's possible I want Duress in this matchup, but it's also possible I just want to just like slam threats into threats into threats. I don't know that Duress is necessarily better than anything I'm currently leaving in my deck. The Duress is there more for like the Jeskai control decks, I think, maybe. Vivien's really good. Fine, I'll be disciplined and mulligan. Perfect. You like Duress over Trophy here? I don't know. They don't have that many win conditions. Like, I feel like if I can keep my opponent's win conditions off the table, I'm like a pretty strong favorite. Jadelight's a good pickup here too. What's going on, Aka Bulldozer? Welcome to the stream. Do you have Disinformation Campaign in your deck? It's a card I'm like kind of worried about. Unmoored Ego. So we're losing Carnage Tyrant. It's got to be Carnage Tyrant, right? losing my Tyrants to Ego makes me want Duress a little bit more. There go those friends. Someone asked if I play Rejuvenator or Jadelight first. I think I play Rejuvenator. Definitely want to ramp it up. Although Jadelight, looks like Jadelight would have been a double draw there. Oh, I guess if I would have Shocked Chair, I could have played around Syncopate. Getting a scatter on that feels pretty okay though. If we untap land next turn, we get to just like start jamming Demon Lords. And like if they counter Demon Lords, I can find and pick them back up. Vivien's not a bad draw. As far as like non-land draws go there, Vivien was definitely towards the top. Just like, because I don't have Duress in my deck, and I think it might be okay to not have Duress here. I just want to like, we play through their counters by just like saying, hey, do you have a counter every turn? And look, they didn't have a counter this turn. Yeah, this deck is basically just Space Jam, the movie. Just like every turn, just like, here's my thing, here's my thing. Yeah, utility land, sign me up. Here's my thing that draws more cards. Like, now they probably need to tap out to deal with Vivien. This card's really good against Eldest Reborn too, huh? Because it's just like this random poopy body. I watched a very different Space Jam. Gosh, how dead are they? Like, on a scale of 1 to dead.
Balance comes.
I think I'm actually just want to hit my land drop here. All right, last time you drew 4 cards. I doubt we're gonna do that well again. Perfect. 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 Gosh, look how unlucky we are. We have to discard this turn. We're just incredibly unlucky, chat. Just the gosh darned unluckiest. Had to lose 5 points of health too. This is just ridiculous. Nice control deck. Have you thought of Thunderherd Migration over Rejuvenator? So that's the dinosaur rampant growth, right? This reminds me very slanted to the format of play. Can you articulate? I'm going to give you a chance. Normally I'd time people out for making a comment like that. Can you articulate why you feel this format is slanted towards the person on the play? Because we were on the draw this game. So like, I don't think it was something in this game that's making you say that. That one can stay right there. I think the 1/1 body from this is worth it, even though it can miss on occasion. Oh, you killed all my creatures. All right, attack you with my 6/6, I guess. How do you beat him? So I think rather than play Vivien, I'd actually rather just like pick my creatures back up here and just like put more power into play, because like they're at 6. So like just like playing double Jadelight Ranger here seems absurd. Remember when my Demon Lord drew 5 cards, 2 of which drew 2 cards, and then was like a 6/6 Flampler as well? Pepperidge Farm remembers. I'd like to speak to the manager. I was told timeouts are complimentary, but I just got billed $5 for what's going on, Betty Cookies. Thanks for that. Thanks for the continued support. I appreciate that. I'm gonna pick Demon Lord and Jadelight back up here, because I feel like they're probably gonna kill this Demon Lord. And I got you on the timeout, friend. Thanks for the 3 months. Welcome back.
So it's going to be like that.
All right, bye, Viv. Yeah, get out of here. All right. I'm restarting Arena because we had the memory leak going on. Thank you everyone for hanging out tonight. We got 1,600 people, which is really awesome. I'm sure there's a lot of new people in the audience. My name is Jeff Hoagland. I'm a full-time streamer and content producer here on Twitch. I'm here playing Magic 30, 40, 50 hours a week. We play all constructed Magic on this channel, so a ton of standard here on Arena and a ton of modern on Magic Online. If you're enjoying my stuff, please consider subscribing to my channel. My subscribers are the reason that I'm able to do this as a job. I love doing what I do, but they're the people that keep me here the 30, 40 hours a week that I am. Past subscribing, you can also support my stuff by checking out some of my very wonderful sponsors. CoolStuffInc.com buys and sells a lot of cool stuff, including TCG singles using promo code Jeff5. You can save 5% on Magic, Pokemon, Warhammer, and Yu-Gi-Oh cards with them. BCWSupplies.com would love to help you protect your very valuable Magic the Gathering cards and other gaming stuff. They do wonderful sleeves and deck boxes, all sorts of other good things. And you can save 10% on your orders at BCWSupplies.com by using code Jeff10. And of course, Lisa would like to get you on your way to a better night's sleep. Christy and I have been sleeping with Lisa for the last 4 months now, and I really love it. I don't think we'd ever go back to traditional pillow top mattress. You can save $160 or more on your new mattress with them by checking out links bit.ly/HugoBidUS and bit.ly/HugoBidCA. Heading down on in to our next match here with this very greedy green-black Demonlord deck. Demonlord's been sweet so far. Remember, if you are enjoying my stuff, be sure to check out my website and my YouTube channel as well, jeffhoagland.com and youtube.com/JeffHoagland. This seems fine. I watch a lot of Twitch and I'm subbed to 3 people. I think that your chat is a big part of what makes watching you enjoyable. Everyone is fun and interactive, and I think that you interact better than anyone I've ever seen with chat. I was really sad when Xian stopped streaming, but you've done an amazing job taking his place. Well, thanks for the support, Quarks. I appreciate that. And yeah, actually, Xian going to work for Wizards of the Coast is actually what got me to start streaming more. I felt like that could possibly leave a void that I could step into, and I've been able to do that nicely. The overlay not working. Is it working? Is it claimed to be working on my end? The preview looks like try and refresh your browser page if it's not working for you. Raffle Awful. Thank you for the brand new Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome. All right, Rejuvenator, you've been so good so far tonight. Don't let me down. God bless you. Okay, I believe it was it Wafa Tapo that wrote about Jeskai control with 4 main deck revitalize? And we drew the Demonlord here, which means we're just heading to the Space Jam here. We're just gonna be like, jam my Vivien, do you have a counterspell? And then next turn, we'll jam the Demonlord. Just like, you know, do your thing. I'm not assuming this will resolve, but I'm hoping the Demonlord will resolve afterwards. Love your content, attitude, and clear communication. Well, thank you for the support. Thanks for helping keep me here. Is there a way to view the sideboard with Deckmaster? There is not, but you can type !deck in chat here and get a link, or the Stream Decker widget should also be available for you. All right, do you have another? It is very important when you're playing against the blue control decks that you play a card that they need to counterspell on turn 4. And Edgelord, thank you very much for the Prime support. Welcome. Thanks for shipping your Bezo bucks this way this month. And the reason why it's important to jam a spell that they need to counter on turn 4 is because that means that they don't have a chance to play their Chemister's Insight, which lets them gas back up. They have to choose between countering your spell and drawing extra cards. Like, it feels bad to like hit the second counter spell there, but you know, make them have it. Try and do this. If they have a main deck negate, they have a main deck negate. I've seen main deck negates and disdainful strokes in this format. Yeah, there's been green black is very popular, and definitely been some inbreeding from the control decks playing things like main deck stroke.
You know what? I'm not done yet.
It's a blue player. They have every counter that's legal in the format main deck. Ain't that the truth? So I'm gonna start on Chups here. Hey, Cordemi, thank you very much for the brand new tier 1 sub. Welcome. Thanks for keeping me employed here with that this month. Jam this in. So Sans a Carney T, we're pretty far behind here. This is the matchup that I was envisioning when I put the Duresses in the sideboard. That one can stay right there. I think I'm gonna hold this land for bluff factor. Especially with the Vivien on top.
No more.
Nah, I'm just gonna play it. You gain so little, and the 2 points of health could matter. I have a lot of points of power in play here. So like,
Keep up the pace.
I guess they're at the point where they can Cleansing Nova plus play a cancel though, like an Ionizer or Sabotage. So like if they have Nova here, we're in trouble. Oh geez, Clarion clears our board too. Yeah, if this Vivien doesn't resolve, I'm gonna concede, I think. I guess I could draw a Carnage Tyrant. It's so tough. They have so many answers to Carnage Tyrant between Subtle and stuff like that. Yeah, if this doesn't resolve, I'm just gonna move along with our lives. We're not 0% to win that game, but we're pretty low. Might as well move on. All right, Duress is good. Midnight Reaper's good. Trophy's good. Find is good. Chupacabra's kind of medium. I guess I don't actually have that many cards that are terrible here. I guess they don't have that much spot removal. Like a lot of their stuff is sweepers, so Thorn Lieutenant's like basically just a 2/3. How many lands do you feel is appropriate in your standard? Jeskai, is it? 25's the floor. 26 is probably ideal. That's awesome, Danon. They will have Niv Visit. I don't know if they have Niv Visit in this matchup. Niv's pretty bad against our deck. I don't think I want Harpooner. I've got Contempt, Trophy, and Vivien. I think that's fine. Not excited about Druid of the Cowl. I think Druid alongside Midnight Reaper is fine. I think getting to our big play sooner is valuable. Maybe it's worse than Harpooner. I don't know. Neither card is super exciting, but ramping is pretty good. Maybe Chupacabra is better than the ramp creature. I could see that being true. Just because like they did have Drakes in their deck, and it does kill Niv Mizzet as well in case they leave that in. Kinda. Like, it is at least a 2/2, and like the opponent did have Crackling Drake in their deck, so like Crackling Drake kind of leads to Chupacabra being slightly better. When I time people out, it doesn't mean that I'm mad. It generally just means that they weren't listening to the chat rules. If you act like a child, you'll be treated like a child. If you break the rules, you're put in a timeout. It's very simple. It has nothing to do with being upset or have some kind of personal vendetta against you. If you read the chat rules before you click past them, not mad, just disappointed. Ain't that the God's honest truth? Whip the parent out on them. I didn't say you were, kid. I said if you act like one, you'll be treated like one. That's true. If you ask for it, we deliver. Because we care. We give timeouts because we care. Look at that. We even hit our third land. God bless. These hands like this are like always keeps. Then it's like you feel bad when you miss your third land on 3. I've not seen the Green-White Explore deck. I kind of feel like the Green-White Explore deck like has to be kind of medium, because I feel like one of the draws to playing Green-White is you can build your deck so Honor Guard is playable. All right, Jadelight Ranger. Take me on a safari, please. Oh, that hurts. I guess I get to get it back with Find Finality later. Come on, play Clarion. Great, sure. This card's so good. You know what else is good? This one. Maybe I'm supposed to stick Vivien there. That's so sad. Where are all the cards you've drawn previously? Yeah, I think maybe that was wrong and I should have just jammed Vivien and killed this. Now they're gonna have counter spells up. I don't know. 6/6 is a big boy. I guess he just dies to Justice Strike. I don't have Settle Mana here. Hey, look, the Rejuvenator at least found a land, okay? It might have stopped Demonlord from drawing more cards, but it did its part and it drew us a land afterwards. I have this trophy. What would be another way that you would get packs other than grinding or buying cards? Like, what would be another manner that you'd envision? I'm like, even if they go like White Source Clarion here, I just like pick my stuff up. This should get a stroke out if they have one, I think. No, so I led on, and actually, so they had the negate there. The reason why I led on the Assassin's Trophy was because I wanted them to counter the trophy rather than, oh, they're just dead, right? It's actual 0. Sure. Doesn't matter. I led on the trophy because I thought they might counter my first removal spell, and I'd rather they counter that than the other one. So, after seeing how that game played out, I think I'm going to make these Druid of the Cowls a split of Chupacabra and Harpooner. I think I like that. Seems good. Hey, Kringleberg, thank you very much for the brand new tier 1 sub. Welcome. Thanks for keeping me employed here this month with that. And new subs, make sure you pop into the subs Discord. It takes about an hour to sync sometimes, but if you link your Discord and your Twitch account, a server pops up that's got a bunch of Hoaglandia channels in there talking about lots of Magic Life and other stuff. It's a way for you to reach me and pick my brain even when I'm not online. And which matchup do we pull the Tetzimoc out? Other mid-range matches, so like green-black mirror matches. If they have a fast Drake, we could die, but I feel like we're not playing this deck in this matchup to not keep a hand like this, just like YOLO. A hand like this is a good example of why maybe I should keep the ramp creatures in my deck. Because, like, obviously this hand's much better if we get to play a turn ahead, right? Are there any other video games that I enjoy? The only non-Magic video game I've played recently is Overwatch. My wife and I play that together in the evening sometimes. Been very helpful and friendly to this noob who hasn't played Standard since RTR, and that's my favorite standard of all time. Although this one's quickly working to replace it, I think. Thanks for being courteous, entertaining, and informative. Well, thanks for the support. This deck list and the other decks that we're playing tonight, you can find on my Stream Decker page, as well as on the deck queue on my website as well. Yeah, that's a fast Drake. I guess it doesn't have any power yet. You have no power here. Yeah, you just don't set an icon when you first boot up Magic Arena, and then it just rotates randomly. I think my hand might have been too slow and we're dead.
Sorry, we need to move quickly.
Drake into Teferi is just like worst case scenario for what we have going on here. Just haven't drawn any spells. All right, I mean, if this resolves, we'll keep playing. Is there a way to import a deck list from your website to Arena? Yeah, so there's a button in the corner of the deck list that says Stream Decker, and if you click on that, it'll open the deck list on the Stream Decker website, and the Stream Decker website has export to just generic text lists and Arena. I think the person in chat earlier that suggested we want a 4th Duress in the sideboard was probably correct. I also think cutting my mana dorks there was wrong, though. This is the wrong deck. I want this one. I think these harpooners are nonsense. I'll put an extra card in here for the aggro decks, 'cause we probably need help there. Pyromancer, burn at the stake. Get him. How do you stack your triggers? So if you go into the gameplay settings, you have to uncheck a setting. By default, Arena has a setting that it auto stacks your triggers for you, and you can disable that. I don't think this deck wants Eldest Reborn. I think between our Find Finalities and all our other cards that generate card advantage, I'd much rather do that. Yeah, I greatly prefer Arena for Standard. Arena is the Magic video game that I have been waiting for a decade and a half. It is what I've always wanted digital Magic to be. It is fast, it is slick, the animations are great. Yeah, I always forget that. Actually, I did that for the Moment of Craving, if you looked. Seems pretty good. There are some things that are not perfect in Arena, but the potential is here. Man, I think I'd rather play another Contempt before I play an Eldest Reborn. That's kind of scary. That is a good answer to scary. I'll get to play it next turn, which is nice. Yeah, I've got a good chunk of viewers, which is awesome. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Standard is very popular because Standard is sweet and Arena is awesome too, so that doesn't hurt. The problem with the red, like, Pseudo Snapcaster Pirate is that that's a card that in order for it to be good, it depends on what your opponents are doing. So I don't think that card will ever be better than a sideboard card, Tremulous, even if it has the good supporting cards. Yeah, Vanguard is very, very good. We played White-Red Aggro last night. It's one of the decks I added to my website today. And this card was constantly impressive in that archetype. We actually have a really good curve here. So we get to go Woodland Cemetery, Vraska's Contempt, kill this next turn. And then on our turn 4, we get to go Thorn Lieutenant plus Jadelight Ranger. I really like Jeskai, Bob. I think your sideboard... I made some suggestions for your sideboard at the end that I think you'll appreciate. But other than that, I really like the mix of main deck stuff. No, I'm legally obligated to tell you when Wizards is paying me. So if someone doesn't have sponsored or ad in their stream title, they're either breaking the law or they're not being paid by the company to stream what they're played. A lot of us streamers are paid to do what we do, right? Like wonderful subscribers get us paid. Yeah, this card dumpsters blue-red, and it's not particularly close. Just like the most annoying fly on the wall. Opponent. Their cat knocked their keyboard over or something here. And we've had 2 sponsored streams directly from Wizards of the Coast, and honestly, you know, their sponsored stream that got me to try Arena was the reason why I realized I wanted to do this more. So, you know, sponsored streams work. Savitz, who's been streaming a ton of Magic, making very good content, did a couple of sponsored streams to realize he liked the game. The money that WotC's been pumping into arena sponsored streams, in my opinion, is some of the best money they've spent advertising Magic in a long time. Yeah, the black control deck is sweet. I like that one a lot. I think I'm supposed to play Jadelight here because it could potentially be a 4-3. And then like next turn I can play Rejuvenator and Thorn Lieutenant. Yep, we're just gonna library here. Today's going really swell. We've got an awesome number of people here. 1600 is solidly over my average. Average viewer count's like 900 or something. Well, that's steadily rising with arena and stuff being awesome. Yeah, the silver showcase was a big miss in terms of advertising dollars spent to revenue generated. That's an interesting suggestion, Scouty. They ended up lightning striking my thing, so it ultimately wouldn't have mattered, but you're right, I potentially could have. Yeah, MTGO turns off people who have eyes. I think I'm supposed to attack here. So like here's I have to ask myself, am I blocking next turn with the Jadelight Ranger? Am I trading Jadelight for a 4-3 Knight? I don't think I am. So if I'm not blocking, I should attack. What do you think is the best for control? Jeskai control, you can find my preferred list on my website. If you want a mid-range deck that's sometimes controlling, blue-black is also a reasonable choice. So, but like dedicated sweeper-based control, Jeskai control I think is the best thing in standard right now for that. I have not played Simic Merfolk. The aggro decks that don't have shocklands, I have to imagine aren't particularly good right now. Or at least they're not particularly consistent. This taking my Thorn Lieutenant or my Jadelight Ranger? You're taking my Thorn Lieutenant, sure. Okay, I want to just jump. Just like gain 8 with these. And then next turn I can actually pick my 2 things back up and then play them. I can also Finality. That's probably better, right? Yeah, let's do that actually. And like I have a 6-5 left over. Settler Wreckage just gets telegraphed pretty hard, and I think Cleansing Nova gives you better timing restrictions. I like Mono Blue. Deck's a lot of fun. I personally prefer Blue-Black Pirates as far as tempo decks goes, but I think Mono Blue is competitive if you're looking for a budget option. Chupacabra! Choops is hungry, chat. Nom 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 nom. Yeah, the mythic and rare animations in this application are just like very, very well done. Should have attacked first in case of removal. No, because then they could have traded for my thing, and I didn't want them to trade for my Jadelight Ranger. It's not likely that they trade there, but they could have. Boop, just boop, boopy on the nose. I don't know what a green-black token deck looks like. Well, and like part of that is by design, Edgelord, right? So like this current format has a bunch of really awesome decks in it, but there's also a bunch of other decks that are just really close, but aren't quite there yet because they're missing the shocklands. So by waiting to print those shocklands, they force a format change automatically when they drop the new set. Yeah, Arclight Phoenix is very good. If they have a lightning strike or a shock here, they can block and then eat my guy. Yep. Feels bad. That's a good line on the opponent's part. We're still a little bit ahead here. Thorn Lieutenant. Thorn Lieutenant. This card is really neat because it scales into the late game. I'm not worried about anything. Spending time worrying about things that I have no control over is just a waste of effort. Except the things in life that you cannot change, and the things that are going to come in the future that you can't impact. Just, you know, just wait for them to come. This card's basically the Sylvan Advocate of this format, to be fair. That attack is super aggressive. They have some other blocker here. Oh, that... Huh. That is an interesting card to have in there. They must be a bigger Boros deck, huh? Clarion in the main says bigger Boros to me. You cannot contempt a card that is hexproof from black. Someone that was asking why didn't I contempt their card. Yeah, so I was trying to figure out, like, we saw a Danto Vanguard earlier, so they're not a Boros aggro deck topping the Angel, they're most likely Boros Angels. Is that card good? That card seems good. Yeah, Clarion Vanguard's very good together. All right, so I'm actually not, so this is an interesting point. Do I potentially play into another Clarion here? I think I do, because it puts lethal in play. If they have another Clarion, I feel real bad here, but if they don't, I'm in a good spot. They're dead. Do you think Detection Tower is playable? I do not. I think the decks that care about the hexproof on the creatures have better answers than Detection Tower on average. It's a Golden Demise matchup. It might be. They have the Knight and they have a Danto Vanguard. Is this a Carnage Tyrant out matchup? They're a little bit aggressive so they can get under me on occasion. I think this is a Carnage Tyrant out matchup. Two more cuts here. Thanks, Seal Meth. I'm enjoying Standard a lot, making Standard content. It's been a lot of fun. Vivien's pretty important at killing their flyers. Fighting Finality is a great sweeper. Demonlord draws his cards as just like a 6/6 flying body. Is it good? This could be. I said mid-range matchup. So what I want to cut, though, I need to cut 3 cards here. Is it Jadelight Ranger? I guess this card doesn't block particularly well. Yeah, Thorn doesn't block either of their 2-drops. I'm going to cut the Thorn Lieutenant because it doesn't block either of their 2-drops. No, I don't do any limited. There's an oversaturation of limited content in my experience streaming Magic, so this channel's all constructed. There are a lot of people that make a lot of good limited content, and I just like don't really enjoy playing limited, so I focus on constructed. Seems a little slow, but they're also a mid-range deck. Chupacabra is very good in these mid-range matchups. Our deck's really light on answers to Honor Guard. No, I don't really watch Limited at all. Limited just isn't engaging to me as far as TCG content is concerned. The thing that I really personally enjoy about TCGs is the tuning of constructed decks and like being able to like figure out what's good in different positions and stuff like that. And I don't, with Limited, you have to, it's different. I'm struggling to find the word that I'm searching for, but you learn how to draft and prioritize picks rather than tune specific decks. I need removal spells here pretty badly. Yeah, I need Golden Demise. Yep, boarded in 2 of those. The artifact they play is Silent Gravestone. Cards in graveyards cannot be the target of spells or abilities, and then they can pay 4 to exile all graveyards and draw cards. So this cuts off the find half of Find Finality. Mono Blue Tempo. If you go to my website here, click on Standard Decks, Mono Blue Tempo, I think is the best budget choice right now. All right, so we're just gonna like use these Vanguards to pressure their health total here. So I'm gonna go ahead and block, and then next turn we'll Chupacabra, make them pay 4, and then we'll block with Chupacabra, make them pay 4. Zip. No play that turn is really good for us. If they have like a lightning strike or something here to kill Chupacabra. If we're going to the Pro Tour tomorrow, what would I play? Blue-Black Pirates is my favorite deck in Standard right now. It's the deck I am. I'm going to Grand Prix Milwaukee next month, which is Standard, and I think I'm going to play that there. Drawing a spell at some point would have been nice here. Thankfully, they don't have a lot going on either, which is nice. So if they attack, I'm going to snap block here. Put them down to 8. We'll go to 11. The Thief with discard and protection is very, very good. Yeah, Blue Black Pirates is on my website. Deck's a lot of fun. I'm a sucker for tempo decks, so any tempo style deck is just right up my alley. Alright, well, if we had spells, we might have been okay here, but it doesn't currently appear that we have spells. Do I host my own website? I do. So I actually, one of the open source projects that I help maintain, we have a little bit extra server space. We have a web server for that, so I just host it on the same server that project uses. It's got plenty of horsepower. Yeah, I spent a lot of time on the website this year. I'm pretty happy with how it's turned out. I think this Druid of the Cowl might read gain 3 next turn. Uh-oh. Something's alive upstairs. For those of you that are new, I'm a father of 2 and my wife is out of town this weekend, so I might need to take a moment and be a dad. This is aggressive. I like it. It's aggressive, but I like it. Can you say hi, Internet?
Hi, Mama.
You want something to drink real quick?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna go get him something to drink real quick. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. Thanks everybody that stuck through. Normally I don't dad while streaming anymore since this is not my job, but they were sleeping, so sometimes he wakes up and wants something to drink. Lyra, yep. Jake is 4.5 and Declan is 3. They've been fun. It's still kind of weird that like they're little people now instead of just like these needy little things. Bushi, thank you for the 2-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Like Declan especially just has so many opinions on everything. Just like, dude, you're 3. Calm down. Declan's gonna make an outstanding member of Twitch chat one day before long. Where'd the name Declan come from? There's actually a lot of Declans about his age, just like a name that came up in the baby books that my wife liked. They'll be stealing your credit card to sub to Ninja. That's true. That's true. We will get across the be constructive moment idea to them. If Twitch is still around. I don't know. Twitch doesn't seem like it's going anywhere. They'd be making piles of money, yo. Twitch is like finally becoming a more mainstream thing, you know? Especially with someone mentioned Ninja, with Ninja especially, Twitch is becoming a more mainstream thing. Gosh, he was just on like the Ellen DeGeneres show, right? Man, if this Rejuvenator hits and we get to like turn 4 Vivien on curve, it's gonna be very good. All right, we just need you to hit, buddy. Google's got a lot of money. Google can afford for YouTube to make like slightly less money than it does now. Ding. Sweet bed, Juju. See what their play is here. Blocks. No play would be awesome for us. Just like play Vivien on a board where there's just a 2/2. Resplendent Angel, sure. So what am I doing with her? Am I killing this? And then if they have a Doom Blade, they get to kill my Vivien?
Much more reliable than
I think that's the line. Kappa, thank you for the biddies. I appreciate that. Remember, if there's any decks in the queue you'd like to bump up, I'd be happy to do that. People that support my content dictate what we play and when we play it. Yeah, it looks like they have a removal spell here, which I feel like this is still a win for me because, like, if they spend a... Oh, wow, they don't have a removal spell. That's great. So I get to go ahead and I get to chump block here, and then I'll get to Vraska's Contempt here, and we're going to get to plus our Vivien, which is nice. And then, like, once this is off the table, Vivien's going to be able to survive a hit from the Knight next turn, so if they don't have another Aurelia, we'll be able to have a pretty good spot.
The wilds are my shield.
Chupacabra, yep, that one's great. Kind of feels bad to miss a land drop here, but at the same time, just like, Chups, get in there. Go, Gadget Chupacabra. If I donate more bits to you, my badge will stop being red. How will my life go on? The green one's sweet too. Yeah, the whole subsystem, and honestly, Twitch Prime alone, right? Like, as someone who, you know, has 2,000 some odd subscribers, like, 40% of those or more are Twitch Prime subs, right? So like by live streaming on any platform other than Twitch, you're literally just taking money you could be making and throwing it away because you're not getting those Twitch Prime dollars. They do. So YouTube is implementing a thing that basically is carbon copying how Twitch subbing works to pay money directly to content creators, but it won't have Twitch Prime with it. And Twitch Prime, God, this Golden Demise is awesome. This Golden Demise is about to be very good. Play an Adanto Vanguard, please.
No one knows the wilds like I do.
Yeah, but I was chump blocking the night because I want to keep Vivien higher. So like playing Chupacabra is fine. Have you considered turning it on, opening up comments on your YouTube videos to people willing to pay? Oh, I can open YouTube comments to only YouTube. Nah, I think I'd rather people sub to me on Twitch. And if you're sub to me on Twitch, you can pop in my Discord server. So this game's pretty over, right? Vivien's just like ticking up. These Fiends are gonna pick 2 cards up next turn. That's sad. Poor Vivs. I'm gonna Contempt here, and then I'm actually gonna go ahead and fire off this Find this turn rather than playing the Druid of the Cowl. And the reason why I'm doing this proactively is because we've seen they have Gravestone in their deck, and I don't want them to lock me out of being able to use my Find next turn. What's my dark magic? Oh yeah, it's really sweet. It's one of the many things that's awesome about Arena. The Twitch integration overlays are just quite fantastic. Quite fantastic. Sure. I don't think I want a Chupacabra, a Night token here. I think I'm just supposed to do this and pass. Where are my demons at? I did board my Carnage Tyrants out, to be fair. So I want my curve to be lower here. So like we're looking for demons and Viviens at this point. I think Drake's is a much better choice. I think the blue-red decks that are more controlling just don't have enough good cards to like play a dedicated control game. You draw like a lightning strike here or something? Or you're just like trading for my rampant growth? What's going on, Tianan? Good evening. Are you playing at the Open this weekend? I don't remember. I didn't really follow the Open standings too much. Is it bad that I'm glad you're not ninja level so you can still answer individual chat questions? Nah, that's fine. I like being able to interact with you all. It's a big part of what I do here. Through 6 more cards than our opponent here right now. Probably gonna pick up Jadelight next turn. Yep. Yep. So I want to lead on Rejuvenator before Jadelight because Rejuvenator would go past whatever Jadelight's gonna take off the top of my deck. There, I did it. Are you happy now, Jeff? What's going on, Brecken? The real question is, Brecken, are you happy? I'm always happy with your bits, but you have a beautiful pink badge. What's not to love? Why do you hate your beautiful pink badge, Brecken? All right, time for Vivien to start drawing cards.
I've lost some balance comes.
Oh, Vivien, they're just gonna like play another Conclave Tribunal. I'm gonna weep silently. How long till my shovel upgrades? In 3 months, your shovel upgrades to a pair of boots. What's going on, Mathune? It technically drew a card. Trade, jump. Why not clear history? Because I don't really care about their attacks here. I'm like fine trading with the knight. I'm like the trade jump is like good for me. I just like want to find a threat. Like the first big threat I find is going to bury them.
My newest friend.
It's possible that I boarded down too many big threats in this matchup. Second Chupa is good, so it means I get to play this first one out. Can actually start attacking here. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what Vivien's ultimate does. You get an emblem with creatures you control of 2/2, vigilance, trample, indestructible. It's probably pretty okay. Oh, I could have follied back my Jadelight Ranger. I should have done that. Should have picked that back up and replayed it. Generic Green Bladewalker ultimate, yep. Plus 1 card advantage, -3 kill something, minus ultimate win the game with creatures. We're gonna like draw a land next turn that I could have drawn with the Jadelight. Yeah, that's fair. Like we are kind of a favorite to win this game at the moment. Like we're not a lock by any means if we keep bricking off, but like I think we're ahead here. Waiting to get my Jadelight back worked out for us there since they had another Clarion. That one can stay right there. Probably should have played the Druid of the Cowl. I think I have a giant list somewhere of people permanently banned. Twitch announced at TwitchCon that they're going to be adding the ability to see timeout history for people on your channel soon, which should be really funny on this channel with how many people have been timed out. What's going on, Brett? Good evening. Third Vivien's the charm, chat.
The wild was come to me.
I don't know if it'll be retroactive. Perfect. Look at that. Look at there was all of our good cards together. They were all right in a row. That animation is so good. And we just got a Druid of the Cowl. We did, Brecken. And in fact, the big chunk of sub gifts from the start of the month fell off. So we hit the sub threshold and now we're pretty far away from it. So if you wanna donate or cheer, you probably go back to doing that instead of sub gifts, or keep sub gifting if you prefer that. I don't care. It's all the same. But we did. I think we clipped past 3,200 for like half a second, and then we're back down to like 31 now, and they'll keep falling off as the month goes. Because I expect most people's sub gifts won't renew. This deck is weird. Like, I wasn't expecting Druid to actually be good, but like, this format has so many greedy decks in it that the Demon. This format has so many greedy decks in it that the Demon actually seems reasonable. Should get it to be a cheer mode? That's a good idea, Brecken. I'm gonna make a note to do that tomorrow. I didn't have a good idea for a custom tier mode, but that's a good one. What do you mean by greedy decks? I mean, there's a lot of other decks in the format that instead of aiming to be efficient, like mono blue tempo or mono red or aggressive decks that punish you, there are a lot of decks that are just kind of moping around, like playing a bunch of 4, 5, and 6 mana spells. And like Demon is kind of like one of the biggest 4, 5, 6 mana spells that you can play. So they go to the graveyard. Just putting them in the graveyard doesn't do anything though, right? I don't have anything. I don't have Find Broker in my deck, so having Vivien in my graveyard doesn't have anything meaningful. You're right, if I was playing Find Broker, that it would be correct to do that. Huh. I think I'm at the point where I just like want to draw some big spells here, so I'm gonna go ahead and bin that Thorn Lieutenant. Ops and blue-black mana. I wonder if they're playing pirates. If they're playing pirates, their start is really bad. Like no creature on 1 or 2 is quite good for us. Nope, some kind of mid-range deck. Here's hoping we draw. They have Narcomoeba. Are they playing the mono blue mill deck? I wonder if they're playing the mono blue mill deck. That was not the Vivien I wanted for Christmas. I don't think Detection Tower is very good. I think most of the decks that like would want Detection Tower to kill Carnage Tyrant have like other better answers to Carnage Tyrant. Yeah, the blue black Phoenix deck from Japan. I've seen this floating around. We've played against it once before, but they had a pretty bad draw. So the buckle up emote, if you have your Twitch in, I'm gonna change your life. I can't believe that people view their Twitch chat not in night mode. So that emote is a testament to you should be playing in night mode. You don't like night mode. It's okay to be wrong, Zach. We still love you. For people that use Twitter on mobile Twitter also has a night mode. Did it get cold in here, chat, or is it just me? Time out, Zach. He baited me into bumping Seance. He's a little chilly. I'm just gonna put Chupacabra into play and kill this Narcomoeba here. What would you recommend for Jeskai against Tyrants? Cleansing Nova. The Jeskai list we just played tonight had 3 Cleansing Novas in the main deck and 2 Star of Extinctions in the sideboard. Can we die this turn? I hope not. Yeah, Star of Extinction killing Carnage Tyrant. You also get like a high 5 every time you do it. Hey, we had a couple people pick up Harry's Razors this evening. Thanks for checking out the sponsor. I haven't plugged it tonight, but by the way, if enough people pick up Harry's Razors before they finish their contract with me, I'm gonna baby shave my face using my wonderful Harry's Razors. Have they not found any Phoenixes yet? That is incredibly unlucky. I guess they're getting to mill 6 more cards here. Alright, they discard a bird. They discarded a bird. Okay. Did they mill a second? Nope, only 1. Pop lock and drop it. Thank you for the 11-month resubscription there. Or the 11 months, the brand new resubscription. I was looking at the number 11 on my screen. Yeah, Christy okayed the baby face. I don't make decisions without checking with the boss chat. Come on, I'm not new. This is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, I tapped my lands wrong too. I should have played the swamp. I'm the only one using Stream Decker and Deckmaster. The Deckmaster extension actually tells you not to use Stream Decker with it, but I haven't had any issues with it, so I'm not sure why it does that. I don't need Carnage Tyrant here, right? Just like would rather like dig for another Contempt. Yeah, anybody who's married, no, you don't do things without okay and with the boss. Come on now. You knew. This deck is weird. Like, they're literally going to go through their entire deck here. They're up to 6. How many Creeping Chills do they have left? We've done all of those yet. They have 1 more Creeping Chill in their deck. Yeah, but that only shows you what's remaining in your deck. It also doesn't give you an easy export. Stream Decker gives you a 1-click export to arena mode. I've been streaming long enough that my pizza dinner has worn off, so I'm gonna need a snack. So I can't kill them here, right? If I attack with everything... Oh, yeah, they're dead. I'm dumb, right? They block here, they take 6? Never mind. I was thinking about, can I do this? But no, this is fine. They're just dead. Just Xyzes. Yeah, they definitely did not find a lot of birds that game. Moment of Craving sounds great here. Find Finality seems pretty bad. Duress seems okay. They're like a critical mass deck, basically. This Carnage Tyrant's too slow matchup. I feel like I'm supposed to board into like this bad aggro deck here. They're basically a combo deck, right? I think green-white tokens are struggling in standard because of this card right here. I think both Finality and Ritual of Soot, like most of the good decks in standard either have access to Finality, Ritual of Soot, or Clarion or Cleansing Nova, and that gives tokens a really hard time. I think I like this configuration. Hoodlum with the $5 tip. What do you think about a deck that utilizes Twilight Prophet? Maybe an Abzan deck with Flower and Flood. I'm gonna be honest, can someone, what does Twilight Prophet do? Control 10 or more. Maybe it's like, I actually think so. Someone had just asked about green-white tokens. It feels to me like Twilight Prophet's probably a card that's going to struggle for a lot of the same reasons that tokens is going to struggle. Basically just because it, like, in order to get the city's blessing quickly, you need to be, like, putting a bunch of creatures into play. And you just get swept up when you do that. Hey, Lime Turtle. Thanks. Glad to have you here. Thanks for dropping by. People call Dark Confidant Bob because once upon a time in a former life, there was an invitational tournament where when you won it, you got to design a magic card that then had your likeness put on the card's art. And Dark Confidant is a card that was designed by someone named Bob or Robert. What's going on, Mikey? Yeah, still going here. So they've got one bird in here. They've got two birds in there. The queue is always hefty. In fact, occasionally I have to pause taking in extra things to get added to the queue because there's just too many things in it. Because I only have so many hours in the day. Oh, I should have done this post-combat. I should have threatened to pump this because they probably would have chump blocked if I would have been threatening to pump it. It's a small sequencing mistake on my part. Now they'll just be able to trade with an Elvish Rejuvenator. Yeah. I'm gonna hold up Vraska's Contempt here rather than playing this Druid of the Cowl out. Yeah, actually that artwork back there is the Exalted Commander. I didn't get to design that card though, to be fair. It was just made in my likeness. If we have a lot of mana this game, that's sleep. It's a good piece of technology to know about. Yeah, Snapcaster Mage is an invitational card. A lot of powerful cards come out of invitational cards. Sylvan Safekeeper. Okay, he got me. Their draw's been really miserable this game. Meddling Mage, yep. Crispicula. Yeah, the opponent is playing a mono blue self-mill deck. They have Narcomoebas and Arclight Phoenixes. And they play Dredge. That's the third Narcomoeba they've cast for mana this game. Their deck isn't really doing what it wants to be doing. Our draw also isn't particularly good, but like our not good draw is more cohesive than what they have going on for sure. By a pretty significant margin. I'm gonna hold this in case they've got something stupid like Ritual of Soot in their deck. Stand back up for a bit. Radical. Is it worth it? A splash in blue to make tokens banned. We actually played a banned deck that was kind of close to tokens. You can find that one on my website and my YouTube channel. How many birds are in here? This is their third. They have 3 birds in there. Digging for Creeping Chill. Yeah, I have a desk with motors in the legs that goes up and down. So I can split my time while I stream sitting and standing. So they're getting a Narcomoeba. They're getting 3 Phoenixes. 8 of Vraska's Contempt, 1 of these. They only played 1 Creeping Chill. Yeah, standing desks are A+. I would be extremely unhealthy if I didn't have a standing desk doing what I do for work. Bye-bye, birdie. Well, our draw continues to be poop, but, you know, under pressure. Bum 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 ba-da-dum bum. Bum 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 ba-da-dum bum. Thorn Lieutenant doesn't have trample. So not playing Druid of the Cowl here potentially hurt us, because they would have been forced to trade with my 3-2 if I would have played Druid of the Cowl last turn. 5 lethal threats, as you will. Ice, ice, baby. That's a tilt. Yeah, I agree, Mikey. Format's guess. Wait, did they just sleep themselves? Oopsie. Yeah, they're so used to milling themselves. Alright, should I just not attack next turn? This match doesn't, we're not playing for any prize. Should I just not attack next turn like they targeted me correctly? I'm just gonna not attack like they targeted me correctly. These would be untapped technically here, but... We'd be at 7 right now. I wouldn't have taken 12, I'd have taken 6 here. It'd be at 7. Sure, I'd be 6 lower though. And like I drew this Moment of Craving. So like they wouldn't be attacking me for 6 this turn. They'd be attacking me for 3. So I'd be 9 lower right now, so I'd be at 3. And then I would untap and kill them. Yeah, they missed 6 and then 6. Yeah, so we would have won the way their hand lined up even if they hadn't clicked correctly. And like maybe they wouldn't have attacked here, but like they'd still be in a pretty bad spot. All right, so this, so the other night we played a green-black deck that had 3 Carnage Tyrants in the main and had an extra Carnage Tyrant in the board. And honestly, this deck kind of feels like the next iteration of that Greed Machine. It's like, this just like, with the Demonlord in here, it just kind of goes even bigger and greedier in terms of like generating card advantage with our 6 drops. I got you, Dunshare. Welcome to a live one. Going a little bit late tonight. I think I'm gonna play one more deck. Thanks for the support. But yeah, I think if you're looking to play Demonlord, this seems like an okay shell to play it in. You got Druids and Elvish Rejuvenators. I really like how Thorn Lieutenant slots into this deck, just because we are ramping. So like even in that last game when we had all these lanes with nothing to do, we had Thorn Lieutenant to dump mana into. Could you replace Demonlord with Underrealm Lift for better filter? So the cards do different things. Demonlord also kills people faster and it is evasive, so I think that's a big deal as well. Underrealm Lich just feels like its stats just like aren't quite close enough. Underrealm Lich also doesn't provide card advantage, it provides card selection, which is an important distinction. Whereas Demonlord, we had games where this card just like straight up drew 4 and 5 cards when it came into play. Just very, very powerful it felt. 3 might be overkill, but I like that we had 3 in our deck tonight because I had a chance to like actually draw them consistently and play them. On the other hand, because while this is legendary, so 3 can sometimes be awkward, there's also the argument that this is a 6/6 flying trampler, so if they don't kill this on the spot, it's going to kill them very quickly. So then like if it's killing them fast, it doesn't matter that you have another one in your hand that you can't cast. All right, okay. All right, so this deck was good and almost certainly competitive.